So, what if I told you there's a secret retirement account that you might already have, especially if you have a job with health benefits? The thing is, almost everybody who has this account is using it completely wrong. I mean, they're potentially leaving hundreds of thousands of tax-free dollars on the table. But don't worry, in the next few minutes, we're going to fix that for good. And no, I'm not exaggerating. The stats are just staggering. 9 out of 10 people who have this account are accidentally throwing away its real power. It's like owning a supercar, but you never, ever take it out of first gear. It's just sitting there, wasted. Look at this. This really paints the picture. On the left, that's how almost everyone sees their health savings account, or HSA. It's just a debit card, right? For copays, for prescriptions. But on the right, that's the secret. That's what it's really designed for, to become this powerful, tax-free investment engine that can build a massive nest egg for your retirement. So the big question is, how do we get from that little piggy bank on the left to the absolute powerhouse on the right? Well, first things first, we have to completely bust the biggest myth about what this account is actually for. Okay, so what is an HSA officially? The government calls it a health savings account. You can only get one if your job offers what's called a high deductible health plan. And yeah, on paper, it's for healthcare costs. But honestly, that's like saying your smartphone is just for making phone calls. The real magic is hitting just under the surface. This right here. This is the single most important mindset shift you need to make, so listen close. Stop thinking of your HSA as a health account for spending money. You need to start thinking of it as a retirement account for investing money. It is a super-powered retirement account hiding in plain sight. So, can you get one? It's actually pretty simple. You just have to be in one of those high-deductible health plans. You can't be on Medicare, and you can't be claimed as a dependent on somebody else's tax return. If that sounds like you, then congratulations, you're in.
All right, let's talk numbers for 2025 because this is important. This is how much money you can legally hide from the IRS in this account every year. For an individual, you can put in up to $4,300. If you've got a family plan, that number jumps to $8,550. Seriously, remember these numbers. This is the rocket fuel for the retirement engine we're building today.
But you might be wondering, why is putting money in an HSA so much better than, say, just putting it in a 401k? Well, it's because the HSA has a power that is so rare, financial experts call it a unicorn. And this, right here, is where it leaves every other account in the dust. Get ready, this is the triple threat. The hot trick of tax savings, you've got to pay close attention. First, the money you put in is tax deductible. That means you pay less in taxes this year. Second, that money can be invested in the stock market and it grows 100% tax-free. And third, and this is the kicker, when you take it out for medical costs, even decades from now, it is still completely tax-free. Tax-free in, tax-free growth, and tax-free out. You just don't see that anywhere else. Let's just put this into perspective, okay? Look at the other big retirement accounts you've probably heard of. With a traditional 401k, yeah, your money goes in tax-free, but you pay taxes when you take it out. With a Roth IRA, you pay the taxes up front. The HSA, well, it's the only one that gets a tax break at every single stage for medical costs. It is the undisputed champion for your healthcare costs in retirement, period. So what does this triple tax advantage actually look like in real dollars? Well, let's run a quick scenario. Let's say you maxed out your individual HSA for 25 years, and you just got a pretty standard 7% return from the stock market. You'd be looking at nearly $250,000. And the best part? The government cannot touch a single penny of that money when you use it for qualified medical bills. All right, now for the master strategy. This is the secret that unlocks the HSA's full superpower. Let's call it the receipt drawer method. This is where it gets really fun. This whole strategy is possible because of this one fascinating, kind of weird rule from the IRS. It says there is absolutely no time limit on when you can pay yourself back from your HSA for medical bills you paid with your own money. Not a 1-year limit, not a 5-year limit, no limit. Years, even decades later, is perfectly fine by them. Okay, so here's the playbook, step by step. From this day forward, anytime you have a medical expense, a copay, a prescription, whatever, you're going to pay for it with your regular debit card or credit card, not the HSA card. Then you're just going to snap a quick picture of that receipt and save it in a special folder on your computer or your phone. And here's the crucial part. You leave every single penny in your HSA invested, letting it compound and grow year after year. Then, way down the road, when you're ready to retire, you can cash in all those old receipts at once and pull out a massive lump sum of cash, completely tax-free. Think about it like this. Let's say over 10 years, you rack up $15,000 in medical bills that you paid for out of pocket. Well, in retirement, that collection of receipts basically becomes a $15,000 tax-free withdrawal that you can use for anything you want. You could pay for a vacation, home repairs, literally anything. It's your money. Now, let me be perfectly clear about this. This isn't some shady gray area loophole. This is a 100% IRS-approved tax strategy. This is how savvy investors and wealthy families legally turn their medical bills into a tax-free cash fund for retirement. You're just learning the exact playbook they've been using for years. So you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds incredible, but it also sounds complicated. I promise you it's not. Let's walk through a simple action plan you can use to get this whole thing set up in literally 15 minutes. Here it is, your 5-step action plan. First, just log into your work benefits website and confirm your health plan is HSA eligible. Second, open the account. If your employer's version has high fees, you can easily move it to a great low-fee provider like Fidelity. Third, set your payroll contribution to the max you can comfortably afford. Fourth, and this is critical, don't just let the money sit there in cash. Invest it. A simple, low-cost index fund is perfect. And finally, step 5. Right now, after this, create a new folder on your phone and just call it HSA Receipts. That's it. That's the entire setup. Now, this is always the first question people ask me, and it is a really important one. What happens if you have a huge, unexpected medical bill and you just can't afford to pay it out of your checking account? And the answer is super simple. Nothing changes. Your HSA is always your safety net. If a true medical emergency hits, you can absolutely 100% use your HSA funds directly to pay for it, tax-free, no problem. And remember that digital folder of receipts? Well, that's your backup emergency fund. If you ever need cash for anything, you can just submit receipts from last month or last year and reimburse yourself instantly. This strategy gives you more options, not fewer. It's all about maximizing the growth, not locking your money away in a vault. So if you take away just one single thing from all this, let it be this. Your most important action, the thing you should do right now, is to just log into your work benefits portal this week and see if you have access to an HSA. That first step, that is everything. You now know a secret that can literally change your financial future. It gives you access to a massive tax-free fund that 90% of people are just completely wasting. Your financial future is calling you right now. The only question left is, will you take 15 minutes this week to answer it?